2015, the year of probably one of my greatest sporting experiences in my life. The San Jose Sabercats, immaculate season, almost immaculate, -1 loss against a really inferior team with the Kiss, yes, owned by the band Kiss. They made their way all the way to the Arena Bowl. I went there with my father to Stockton, California, and witnessed them winning the championship in person. Little did I know, no one was expecting this. That would be the last game in their storied franchise. Let's back up. Growing up, my uncle was a member of the San Jose Sabercats fan club. I'm pretty sure he was a high-ranking member. This is back in the 90s, so I don't remember it too well. It was a long time ago. But growing up, I grew up around these guys. That's why I was always so, enthralled with them. I love them. People who have been here long enough know I've said I do love my San Francisco 49ers. My favorite football team of all time is the San Jose Sabercats. I grew up with them, went to many events. I got to go to the locker room. I went to the training facility. I got to be with the team during video reviews sometimes. That was pretty cool, especially when you're young and learning how this stuff goes. That was pretty sick. I got to be on the sidelines one game. I got to go under the tunnels, everything. I got to experience it all, and it was amazing. And I got to watch them growing up as a young football fan, being that close to football. That's why I love football so much, because I was there and I experienced it in person, mainly with my cousin and my uncle. And I will always cherish those moments. And then late in the early 2000s to about 2008, I believe was the year it happened, was the first time the San Jose Sabercats went away. The league folded and there was no more football, and I was devastated. Fast forward just a couple more years though, I've grown older. I'm at the end of my teenage years, about to enter my 20s, and it's announced the Sabercats are coming back to the tank. At the time, it was the HP Pavilion, still a superior name to the SAP Center. And they were coming back. The Cats were back, and I was beyond excited. And being able to have my own job now, I was able to go to damn near every single home game, work permitting. And I got to experience them going through all the hurdles of just building back up the fan base, which was diehard. They have a diehard fan base, and we were all so damn excited to root on our Cats. And I went to every home game I could, and there was a lot of home games. Them being cheap made it a lot easier. And then the 2015 season starts. We didn't know what was going to be happening. Just they kept winning. The first game of the season against the Arizona Rattlers, our arch rival, was amazing. Came down to the wires, a scoring affair, endless back and forth, and I believe that game ended with a goal line stand. This is going to become a theme. From there on, other than that one loss against the Kiss, was an amazing season. I got to experience it with my family. And the SAP Center was rocking. It was amazing. And then the playoffs started. It was the conference championship against those Arizona Rattlers. But booking people don't know how to do their job, so that game had to get moved up to Stockton. To their credit, they gave us free shuttles up to Stockton to experience the game at the Stockton Arena, which I would come to love. The Stockton Arena is actually really nice. And that game too was a nail biter. If I remember correctly, this was 7 years ago, mind you, was another one where we were actually losing most of the game and then took the lead at the end and had a goal line stand, an amazing goal line stand that went to review and was slightly controversial, but hey, in our favor, it worked out. I'm a Niner fan who has been on the bad end of a lot of controversy lately, so it was nice seeing something go our way. Except for this year, I guess the Niners just had a lot of controversy go their way this past. That doesn't matter. So they moved on to the Arena Bowl. Same thing happened as that week of booking didn't do their job and it got pushed forward and we had to play at Stockton, which was fine by me. Stockton Arena, again, is a beautiful place, surprisingly. If you've never been there, I recommend going to check it out. They have a minor league hockey team. They have a minor league baseball team right next to it. Go check it out. Calgary, they were associated with the Calgary Flames because it's the Stockton Flames. But that game, the Arena Bowl, was amazing. It was one of the best, actually probably was the best sporting event I've ever been to in person. I experienced it with my father, and it's a memory we talk about all the time. It's something we go back to all the time. So the season ends, we got the trophy, yes! The months go by, you see the tweets for the tryouts. Tryouts are coming, yay, everything's coming, everything's great. And then suddenly they send out a tweet saying, tryouts are canceled, everyone's being refunded. And we're like, this is interesting. And then just a couple weeks later, they announce the San Jose Sabercats are no more. They're gone. And I was devastated. I mean, beyond heartbroken. It was honestly one of the worst pains I felt in my entire life. Sports fans know that when something, like when you're engrossed in sports, when you love sports and you're in sports culture, There's nothing worse. Like, I do feel for Raider fans. You know, you've been ditched, depending on which part you're at, 3 times. Oakland to LA to Oakland, now to Vegas. And I feel for you. But here's the thing. At least your team still exists. Sabercats don't. They were gone. Poof. Win the championship and off into the sunset. Now, there was controversy. There's reasons why people are suspecting they're gone. But in the whole entire league kind of went flop. So there I am, just left idle. Missing my football fix between the NFL season. And just craving arena football. I love, if you haven't been to an arena football game, it's intense. Picture just mixing the intensity of hockey with football, because people get smacked in the walls, go flying over walls, hard hits, because it's a really small field, and it's intense, and it's amazing, and it's fun, and it's something you have to experience, which, come in 2020, we find out. Words I thought I would never say in my life. Thank you, Marshawn Lynch. They announced that Oakland is going to be getting an indoor football team on the indoor football league, the Oakland Panthers. Never thought I'd say I'm a Panthers fan either. So I'm stoked. I'm like, oh my god, we're getting indoor football. This is going to be amazing. Holy crap. Sure, I have to commute to Oakland. That's gonna suck. But I will go to support a Bay Area indoor football team. I'm so excited. And then 2020 happened, and the whole thing was put on hold. And I fell under the rock. I thought I followed them on things. I thought I followed them on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. But I lost track. And then come this Sunday, I'm just sitting at home and I get a call. You need to see this commercial. I'm like, okay, what is this? Come to find out, they say, welcome back to the Bay Area indoor football. Here comes the Bay Area Panthers. We're like, okay, they changed the name. But what's this? Look into it. I somehow missed his announcement back in August. They announced they are going to be playing at the SAP Center, the home of the Cats. Oh, I lost my mind. I was going insane. I had not been that giddy and excited in as long as I can remember. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever been that excited. I jumped on the computer. I did all my research. I looked at the schedule. I looked at everything I could, engrossed myself in. It was taking it all in. Found out this league is also where the Rattlers went, which is amazing. And all I knew was this, that there's a new cat in town, baby. You cannot believe, I'm not exaggerating this whatsoever. I went to the home game. I went from not having fun. I was literally talking to my friends about the Sabercats the day before I found all this stuff out. And to find out I'm going to a football game in the next day, going to experience the home opener of a new team in my favorite stadium, where the home of my favorite sports team of all time played, and still a cat, I was going insane. I lost my mind. And then go to the game. And it too was one of the best sporting experiences of my life. It was incredible. Beginning of the game, they're doing the warm-ups. One, the field's black, which is just awesome. And they finish up their warm-ups. They run to the tunnel. And then there's just this sound. I start crying. I was brought back 7 years in the past. My childhood. Everything came flooding back. They played the sound that the Sabercats always played. Little I know, that was just the beginning. The beginning game opening ceremony start. And suddenly I look up. They start playing Cat Scratch Fever, the song of the Sabercats, which is why I love that song so much. And then the video starts to play. They start playing the Sabercats intro. And I'm going, wait, whoa, what? What is this? Instead of just sweeping everything under the rug, they pay tribute. They do a tribute to the Sabercats, playing their intro and having it slowly fade into the Panthers. I was floored. It was crazy. It's something I never experienced before. This was something completely new for me. Just the class on display with that was just amazing. And just ends with it. New cats in town. Shows the Panthers logo. And then the teams walk on the field. Marshawn's there. Goes for the coin toss. Another thing I skipped over is during the pre-games, I hear a little check. Ref mic check. I go, that sounds familiar. Turns out it's the same referee who did so many Sabercats games. So there's another thing that's, tied to the Sabercats. The game starts. Marshawn stole the coin flip, by the way. That was hilarious. He grabbed the coin off the floor, ran off with it. That was hilarious. But the game starts. They're playing the same songs. They're playing the same cue songs. TNT from AC/DC. Deo. They're playing all the same songs. And then, third down. They don't call it shutdown time. I'm pretty sure it's probably a copyright issue. But they start playing Seek and Destroy on third down. They play Iron Man on third down. Iron Man was mostly for the goal line stands, and they did it because there was goal line stands in this game. The game didn't start off that good. They were kind of getting their butts, thrown around the field. But they got together. And then the game ended on a crazy goal line stand, and the Panthers won. And it was euphoric, and they tried to, try a challenge, and they say, we call timeout on the goal line. They didn't. The other cool thing is, if you've ever been to SAP, is the same announcer's there. Same guy. He announces pretty much all the things at SAP Center. And just hearing him, scream, touchdown, his old touchdown calls, interception, attempts, everything. I was taken back, and it was like we never left. It was like riding a bike. And there's so many other Sabercat fans there. I wore my jersey initially, but I wanted to represent the new team, so I got the new attire. But that wasn't it. One of my childhood heroes, Mark Grebe, famed quarterback of the San Jose Sabercats. They show him on the screen. Arena Bowl champion Mark Grebe's in the audience. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Where is he? Start looking around the crowd, joking like, let's play the attempt, look for him. Then I look down. He's in my section. That happened. I guess this side probably better. Whichever side I put it on. That happened. Last night was amazing. It was up there with my favorite sporting events of all time. Got to experience my best friend, the curator. You guys have met him. So guys, if you love sports as much as I do, just please drop me a like. Let me know. Let me know your favorite sports stories down in the comments below. This is very different from my normal content. But I had to talk about this. This was, you see, I'm getting emotional right now talking about it. People who know sports and love sports, it's a passion. It's an escape from the real world. It's not a full escape. They still did a tribute to Ukraine, which was, great. It makes me happy, seeing they're actually acknowledging these things. But it's an escape from the real world just for, 3 hours a night, on a Monday night, no less. Going, hanging out with other crazy football fans, just having fun, watching a new team, but still feel like the old team. Especially with the fans there. I recognize fans in the stands. It's been 7 years, but there's people I recognize out there, especially the crazy ref shirt guys with the funky hair. I recognize guys from a mile away. This love for sports is why I started my sports channel. I transitioned Fenrirock Gaming into Fenrirock Sports. So if you guys like Fenrirock, please, or Fenrirock, if you guys like sports, please go subscribe to Fenrirock Sports. I'm gonna be ramping that up with MLB The Show coming out. I'm gonna pick up some more games. I'm gonna have many sport games going over there. So like I said, this is very different from my usual stuff, but this channel is about my passions, and my 3 passions really are music, gaming, but mostly sports. I'm a sports nut. I love sports. So I'm never gonna forget this. I'm gonna go back to the next game's in 2 weeks here. They're televising all the games. They have a YouTube channel. They're gonna stream the games on YouTube. So if you're interested, check it out. The IFL, Bay Area Panthers. Again, words I never thought I'd say. Thank you, Marshawn Lynch, from a Niners fan. That's saying a lot. Just like how much I love you guys. If you haven't done so, please consider subscribing. I have to go over 1,000 subscribers. But until next time, the name is David, but you can call me Fenrirock. New cats in town, baby. This is going to be fun. Take care.